How are you?
I'm good, Cody. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Where are you?
Right now, I am in Ottawa.
Is that where you're from originally?
Yes, born and raised here.
Okay. So, how does it feel bringing the band back to Canada?
It's nice. It's nice. Last time we were here, I'm actually at my parents' house right now, just hanging out with them. And last time we were here, we got to spend an evening in Ottawa and host the guys here, make a
Mhm.
nice dinner, and drink all the wine and jam a little bit down here. So it was fantastic.
Nice. Take them to Tim's.
Oh, I'd take him to Tim's. Not yet, not yet. They haven't had the pleasure of trying a shitty Tim Hortons coffee yet.
It's something that every band should experience when they come to Canada, I think.
Yeah. It's on the bucket list for sure.
Yeah. So, back on tour pretty soon. You're going to be playing in Montreal on my birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, May the 10th. You're going to be on my birthday. So, just get everybody to sing along if you don't mind. That'd be great. Um, so
There we go. It's gonna be a party, man.
yeah, the album's been out for a few months now. How's it been taking these new songs on the road?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I think the crowd has really reacted positively to them. I mean, it's always so cool when you release a new album and you're feeling like the songs are very fresh and you're not even sure if people have had a chance to listen to it yet. And then you get there, you play the new shit, and everybody is singing every word. So it's that's a really cool feeling. And yeah, I mean, we just love playing the new stuff. There's a lot of energy in it, and it translates live really well.
Well, you say new stuff, but like you've released so many albums so quickly together, like every 2 years, give or take. Like
Yeah,
for a band, especially progressive metal bands, they tend to take their time. So like a lot of these songs will still feel pretty fresh for you that you're playing on the road.
yeah, of course. Writing an album every 2 years, it's tough work because as soon as you're not touring, as soon as you get home, you're still working pretty much. I mean, you have to keep working at it, keep working at it. You think about how long it takes to release an album, get the music videos done, get everything prepared for the release. So essentially, you're dealing with writing the album, recording it, having it done a year and a half or something like that. So it's pretty crazy, and yeah. So the new stuff, yeah, it's still very fresh. And when you write an album and record it, it can be very crazy sometimes. Like I will do all this, and Lars is going to do all of that. And we kind of delegate tasks, and then when it comes to actually performing the pieces live, we have to also get together and kind of figure out what the arrangements are going to be live, because as you know, um, when you record things, there's a lot of layers involved, and so
Yeah,
um,
especially with you guys.
for Lars is like, how do I play this keyboard part and this guitar part and this shaker part all at the same time? And I'm kind of usually combining a couple different guitar parts together and stuff like that. So
With music, there's this like intricate. You say they evolve live. Like, how much do they evolve in a live environment?
I mean, I would say nowadays it maybe doesn't evolve as much as it did before, but I think that's just because we're getting a lot better at getting things, um, sort of getting thing or arranging things right the first time. It just kind of comes with experience and knowing what we can and can't do, and what things should sound like, and yeah, what's going to translate better live. Nowadays with the new songs, it's I think we've pretty much got them, but of course the first run of shows, maybe the first week, there was a lot of little tweaks here and there to just kind of make everything feel perfect.
When you're in the studio recording these songs, how much do you think about how you're going to translate them live? Like, do you ever hold back on something because you know you're not going to be able to do it live, even though it might be good for the song?
That's a good question. I think the whole live thing is a bit of an afterthought when it comes to just making the song the best it can possibly be, kind of carrying out a vision, doing the song justice or whatever. I mean, if it needs some keyboard parts or some extra parts that maybe we're not going to be able to pull off live, we say fuck it, we add them, and we'll figure it out later. So I mean, that's kind of the idea, is like, just serve the song first, and then we've got a good bunch of musicians in the band, and so we're very confident in our abilities to translate the songs as best as we can live.
When it comes to making a set list, like, obviously the more music you release, the harder it gets to making a set list.
Yeah.
Like, who decides on the set list? Do you do it as a band, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we do it as a band. I mean, there's a multitude of factors, of course, and I know some of the fans have been, some of the older fans especially, have been not as happy that there's not as much representation of maybe some of the older albums. But it's a tough thing. It's a tough thing because you have to look at the songs that are on the new album. Of course, you want to play 4 or 5 at least. You got to play some of your most popular ones always. And then, we look at things like what songs are streamed the most. And then we also think about what songs would be maybe nice to play that we haven't played before. There's a lot of things that kind of go into it. But this set list especially, we kind of, we looked at it in like chapters and themes. We really wanted to put a show together that was a little bit more like a big production, like almost theater-esque, right? So we sort of had these chunks of songs that was just like, this is going to be this chapter, this is going to be this chapter, this is going to be this chapter, so that the set list kind of flowed in that way. But yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, there's so many songs we wish we could fit into the set, and I know we don't. On this tour, we're not really playing. I don't think there's any song from Tellurian, and I think there's like one Lakaya song and one cognitive song. So it's right now not as much of the old stuff. But yeah, it's hard. It's really hard, man. It's it's probably one of the hardest things right now for us. And there's been a few times where we bring back an old song because there's some vocal people telling us, oh, bring this song back, and then we do, and nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Except for that one guy in the front row. And so it's kind of like it's a tough thing to balance. It's a really tough thing to balance.
Yeah. So a song like Going All the Way Back, a song like Savia, is still in the set list. That's one of your oldest songs. So what is it about a song like that means it still stays?
Yeah, I think it's just one of the Soen anthems, if you will. I mean, it's still just a very popular song. People love to sing the chorus with us, and I mean, it's one we just love playing live too. It's always got a good energy. The bass line is awesome. And yeah, if you have to pick one song to represent cognitive, it's probably going to be that one. What makes
a perfect show for you? Like when you come off stage at the end of the night and you think that show could not have gone any better. What is it about the show that does that?
Yeah, I mean, of course, if there's no technical difficulties, that's always awesome. But
does that happen often with you guys?
Often enough, and it's a lot of the times it's nobody's fault really, but it's just the nature of things. There's a lot of equipment on the stage, and sometimes it's even just the venue we play at or something. Played a couple of festivals this year actually, where the power just went out in front And so as Latoyar and I are playing, you know, we're both using quad cortexes that are powered in the front, and both of our units just go down. And so it's like 4 or 5 minutes with no bass or guitar in the song. You know what I mean? And it's just shit like that. It's just nothing you can do about it. But and you know, at this point, it doesn't really. It sucks, but it's you kind of expect these things. But I mean, a perfect show, no technical difficulties, no string breaks. Mostly, I mean, that shit aside, it's just for me, it's just feeling an interaction with the crowd. If I go up there and I play, and the crowd is really into it, and I can feed off their energies, and you know, I can get the kind of chills from the crowd that the crowd is also getting from us, that sort of reciprocal thing happening. That's what it's all about, man. I mean, all the technical shit aside, that's what makes the shows memorable. So that's kind of the goal every night. Just getting the mind space to really just do your thing and share a nice moment with people.
After this tour, what's the rest of the year looking like for you guys?
Oh, it's crazy, as always. We've got European festivals. We've got another Europe tour. We're working on another tour that I can't really talk too much about yet, after the Europe tour. And then after that, it's typically the end of the year is like finishing the next album and recording. So it's pretty much a full year there for us.
Have you started thinking about the next album already? Like, after being quite prolific?
Yeah, of course. It's always things are always moving, the wheel's always spinning. Martin has been sending me some demos and stuff like that, some ideas, and some cool shit in the works. I've been liking actually
Nice.
where where some of these ideas are going. So I'm excited to have some more time to keep working on it.
Well, we're excited to hear it when it finally arrives, but we're more excited about seeing you in the Beanfield Theatre, which is a great venue, really nice venue. So, thanks very much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you for your time, good sir. We'll see you on your birthday.
All right. Cheers, Cody. Take care.
Take care.